अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन। आज मैं आपको एक छोटी सी स्टोरी सुनाती हूँ, अ मिडनाइट ड्रीम। Part 1. The Wedding. Prince Theseus, the ruler of the Athens, was going to be married. He was going to marry Hippolyta, queen of the Amazon. One day, just a few days before his wedding, a rich old woman named Aegus came to see him. Aegus wanted to talk to Prince Theseus about something that he was making very angry. Aegus had a daughter called Hermia, and he had chosen a name Demetrius to her husband. However, Hermia and she said not to marry Demetrius. She loved another young man, Lysander. Aegus was very angry with Hermia. He said that must have told her or die. That he was the law of the Athens allowed in those days. The prince listens to what Aegus had to say. He told Hermia that she must obey her father, but she had loved Lysander and wanted to marry him. Lysander told her the prince and Demetrius used to love Hermia's best friend Helena. He said that Helena loved Demetrius and that Demetrius ought to marry her. Theseus felt sorry for Hermia, but he could not let her break the law. He told her that she must marry Demetrius. If she did not, they must either die or become a nun for the rest of her life, as she a nun would be live far and home with her friends. She would spend all the time working and praying to the gods. The prince was to be married in 4 days' time. Hermia was allowed those 4 days in which to give him her answer. Hermia and Lysander planned to run away. Hermia was very unhappy. She wanted to see Lysander together. They planned to leave Athens. Lysander had a rich aunt who lived 20 miles away. There was no loss of the Athens there because it was a difficult country. Different country, if you can go to my aunt's house, said Lysander. And then he married. Tomorrow night, leave home very quietly. Then they meet in the wood outside Athens. Meet with the place used to play where when we are children. While they were talking, Helena joined him. She was Helena, Hermia's best friends, so that told her what were going on. Helena did not keep their secret. Later, she told Demetrius all about it. She said that she would show meet. She loved Demetrius very much, and they planned to meet. She hoped he would love her if she helped him. Fairies and elves. The wood where Hermias and Lysander were going to meet when was the home of the elves and the fairies. The magic little pupils look after the flowers and the trees and the animals. They little worked and played games, one night in the open space of the wood. If they were very happy, everything in the world was right, but some months they were very unhappy. Their queen and king Oberon and Titania were angry with each other. They often quarreled, and then elves and fairies ran and hid because they were afraid. Queen Aviron and the Queen Titania were always quarreling about a little boy. His mother had died, and the Queen had been looking after him. She had made him her servant. Oberon did not like this. He wanted to the boy to his servant, but Titania would not give the boy to him. One night, when Hermia and Lysander planned to meet in the wood, Titania and Oberon also meet there. Once again, they quarreled. Oberon asked Titania to give him a boy. Titania said she would not. Oberon became very angry. He thought of the way to make Titania to do what he wanted. When Titania and her fairies had gone away to the another part of the wood, Oberon called one of his elves. The name of his elf was Puck. Puck's work. Puck loved to be bad. He liked to play tricks on the village people. When the women did their working, he made everything go wrong. When the children were playing, he jumped and the shouted were frightened. When people came in the wood, he led them about so that they got lost. Once he pretended to be a chair. A fat old woman saw the chair. She decided to sit on him. She was very old and very fat. So she sat down very slowly. As she was waiting, Puck moved away. Of course, down she fell on the floor. Puck thought that she was very funny. Come here, Puck, said Oberon. I want you to go and meet a special flower. The flower name is Love and Idleness. It's a magic flower. When Queen Titania is asleep, I will put some of the juice of the flower on her eyes. When she open her eyes, she will fall in love with the first thing she see. I hope she look at the something ugly. Then she will make to me and ask to me to take the magic away before I do to me, and I will give her the child to me. But Puck went to find the flower. He had to go half round the world, but he could fly very fast. He loved doing work like this. Veron Helena and Demetrius. While Oberon was waiting for the puck to return, Demetrius came into the wood. He was looking for Hermia. After him came Helena. She was chasing Demetrius. Demetrius and Helena did not see Oberon, but he watched them and he listened to him to talking. He heard Demetrius and scolded Helena for following him. I don't love you, so go away. Just stop following me about the time. All the time he said. He was very angry with her. Oh, when you are angry, I love you even more, she said. When you tell me to go away, to make want to follow you there, Demetrius. This made Demetrius even more angry. He ran away towards some of the other parts of the world very quickly. He hoped Helena would not be able to follow him, but she could run fast too. Oberon watched them to go. He felt very sorry for Helena and decided to help her. He would use some of the juice from love and idleness to make Demetrius fall in love with her. When Puck returned with the juice, he said to him, in this world there was a beautiful lady from Athens. She is in love with a young boy man who keeps running away from her. Go and find them, make them feel tired when they go to sleep. Put the juice on the man's eyes and turn his head so that he was looking towards the lady. When he awakes up, she will be the first thing he sees, and then he fall in love with her. How will I know which man you mean? Asked Puck. He is wearing Athenian clothes, said King Oberon. Puck went away to do this new work. Last part is Titania fall asleep. Oberon had kept some of the juice from himself. He went to look for Titania. After a little while, he found her. She was waiting ready to go to sleep. Secretly, he watched her giving fairies their orders for the night. She told some of the Brinks birds wings to make the fairies coats. Others had to go and kill the bird insects in the flowers. Some were to frighten away a birds whose noisy cry might stop Titania from sleeping. She asked two or three to stay with her. They had to sing softly and help her fall asleep. As soon as she was sleeping, the fairies went away. Then, very quietly, Oberon came. He put some of the juice from the flower on her eyes. As he did so, he said softly, you will fall in love with the first thing you see when you wake up. Then he left. First part is complete.